Thanks, Juan. Thanks, Juan. Welcome to BitBoy Crypto, home of the Bit Squad, the largest and sincerely the greatest crypto community and all of the interwebs. My name is Ben. Every day on this channel, whether I have a voice or not, I come on here and I show you how to make money in crypto. If you like money and crypto, hit that subscribe button for us. Guys, we had our meetup last night. It went absolutely phenomenal. You know, every single time we do one of these meetups, I think to myself, okay, today is the time where I'm going to go in here and nobody's going to show up. There's going to be like 10 people. I mean, the markets are down, but our community is just incredible. We had so many people that drove in from North Carolina, Michigan, Florida, Tennessee, all over the place. I had a lot of people from Tampa and Jacksonville down there, or that were up here in Atlanta last night for the meetup. So it went phenomenal. Met so many great people. Talked to everybody, of course. And I'm just always honored and humbled by how many people are changing their lives out there and that we're playing a role in that. And I love it. So, guys, here is the thing. Right now, Bitcoin is, where's it sitting at right now? 32,000. So I'm going to tell you guys about what happened yesterday, why we went down below 32,000, and why they're trying to use the grayscale to push it down. Yeah, I did say, somebody says the insider says it won't go under 32K. Guess where it is right now? It's right back over 32K. And I told you guys this. There will be attempts to push it below, and it will go below for a temporary period of time. I was very confident by this morning we would be back over 32. Like, here's the thing. When people are defending price points, when people are defending $32,000 at that price point for Bitcoin, guess what? That's reactionary. You can only defend it after the push down. So we will see pushes down, but it will snap back. Someone says Sunday, no family in car. Well, guys, here's the thing about that is that what we've been doing lately is I gotta be honest with you guys. I've been driving around and doing my Sunday drive video and then going and getting the truck with the family. We drive to church together. So, you know, for a while we were driving separate. We were going at different times, but now I'm making the videos a little bit earlier. So, yeah, I actually do ride to church with my family most days. But you know what? Sometimes I drive separate. Because my wife, some of you guys met my wife last night. She's phenomenal. But let me tell you one thing about my wife. She hates being late more than anything. And I'm 5 minutes late everywhere I go. And I told her, I'm like, it's not because TJ was late to the meetup last night.
Yeah, of course. I hate being late too.
He hates being late, but I told Bethany he would be late before I even talked to him and knew he would be late. And it's not because we're bad at time or because we're lazy. It's because we are always trying to squeeze one more thing in before we go somewhere. Every single time. We're late to the gym every day. We're late everywhere we go. But not out caring. So, and my wife hates that. So sometimes she just leaves without me. Okay, somebody said, did anyone get arrested yesterday? No one got arrested at the meetup. So it was definitely fantastic. And real quick, before we get started, we got this painting here. Some people gave us some great stuff yesterday, but this was in particular a really good one. So it says, in blockchain we trust. It's like little Rosie the Riveter here. Her name was Brittany. She made this for us. Absolutely phenomenal. She says she likes the way that I talk about women in crypto, and that's good. We have Wendy O on the show. We try our best to get a lot of women on around the blockchain. We think it's good for the space. Who wants a bunch of dudes talking about tech? That's nerdy stuff. So, but she did want to show. Oh, I didn't even say the date. Frick.
What's today's date?
Guys, I'm supposed to at the beginning of every video now. Susan suggested this. Thank you, Susan. Susan said we should say the date, so I forgot to do that. We got to work it into the intro. Today is Friday, July 16th, so I'll try to remember next time. But Brittany has a channel here. You guys can follow her on Crypto Bits. It's BITZ. She gave us this painting yesterday, so if you guys could do us a favor, go subscribe to her channel. I'm going to subscribe to it right now. She's working, and she's here in the local, Metro Atlanta area, making crypto videos. So you guys, if you could, go follow her channel. Can you drop it in the chat?
Sure.
We'll drop it in the chat. So really cool stuff. You guys go check out her content. We always love people that are grinding, making content. So cool stuff. And I think I was supposed to say, I hope I don't mess this name up. I don't have the card in my pocket anymore. Mama Carr. Shout out to Mama Carr. She's 81 years old, and she watches our videos. I hope I got the name right. But I thought it was a really cool story. She loves watching. She's 80. And, guys, we have no borders for age on this channel. We love people of all ages. So, all right, let's go ahead and get started here. First and foremost, 1.14 million subscribers. We'll be taking up next week to 1.15. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, 454.9 thousand followers. You guys get access to our contest right here as well as where we do announcements for meetups and things like that. Next meetup is going to be in Nashville. Correct?
Yep.
I'm committing to that. Nashville, I'm committing to you. You are full of hippies, the Portland of the South. But we love you and we want to come there. So, what? There's a lot of hippies in Nashville. Am I wrong? Am I wrong, TJ?
I think they'd be more hipsters than hippies.
They're different? I'm out of touch.
Yeah.
I'm out of touch. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what I'm talking about. But we love Nashville. I love going up there. I love going to football games up there every once in a while. So we can't wait to go out there. A lot of great people in Tennessee, and we can't wait to do our next meetup there. So we don't have a place yet. If you're in Tennessee, maybe drop some ideas and stuff like that. Yeah, we'll do a New York meetup at some point. But I think next on the list, Nashville, Texas, North Florida. Those are 3 places we're considering the next one. So, yeah, a lot of man buns there. Do we have people that have man buns that work here? Not a single one?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't think we do. It's very sad.
I
we need
think-
more diversity.
I
We
think
need man
Mr.
buns.
Schmeeds had one on one day. I saw that on
believe
the
it.
hit.
All right, so, let's go ahead and jump in here, guys. The market coming in $1.271 trillion. You guys can see that Bitcoin is hitting 32,000 almost exactly. I'm going to tell you guys about what happened last night, why prices got pushed down when they were defended up, and what you're seeing right now. Right now, we're not seeing a lot of manipulation on the market this morning. I'll kind of talk about that when we get to the Bitcoin chart. We got huge XRP news today. So we're going to really be going hard with XRP today because, man, they're exactly something I said the other day, it's come to pass. And I can't wait to share that with you guys. As you guys know, I am the new self-proclaimed supreme leader of the XRP Army. One of the XRP Army people, by the way, they got all bent out of shape because our XRP pillow was crooked one day.
Wow.
We need to make sure that's straight. We need to respect the Army. All right, guys, we got the overall market cap, 1.271 trillion. 24-hour volume hasn't changed much, about $66 billion. Bitcoin dominance going up. Have you noticed this number has been fluctuating like a pretty good bit between 45 and 47 in the last couple weeks? Or this week, actually. And Gwei coming in at 18 and a half Paraguays. So we're actually going to talk about Paraguay today. We have it in the rundown here. It's in the international stories part, so we'll get there. Ethereum, here's something that's really interesting I want you guys to understand when it comes to Ethereum. Bitcoin went down last night, challenged $31,000, I believe was somewhere it got to, maybe 31.2. I can't remember. I'll look it up on the chart in a second. But have you noticed Ethereum hasn't really moved? Have you noticed that Ethereum is challenging that, or Bitcoin is challenging that $32,000 support? Ethereum, the support line is at $1,800. We're actually going to talk about this in a section here in a few minutes. And it's not really happening. The manipulation, the plan for the manipulation right now, when they hit Bitcoin, and they expect Ethereum to follow. But Ethereum hasn't been following lately, which has been very strange. It has been, holding support, holding serve quite well, still coming in about 17.4% for Ethereum for its dominance level. Look at this. NIM with a resurgence. You guys know this was actually a top 5 project in 2017. You want to talk about a confusing named project? It's NIM. Because it's NIM, but the ticker is XEM. Do you remember when we had, when those NIM developers were outside of Consensus holding those signs? Mm-hmm. So basically they were saying they were early in developers on NIM and the team screwed them and owed them millions of dollars and they were protesting.
I might have a picture of that.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting stuff. But yeah, NIM is a smart contract platform. It hasn't really done much, to be honest with you, since 2017. Ravencoin, another kind of, not necessarily a super old project, but, came out in 2018. It's up about 15% for the week. And HBAR doing pretty well. Also, we got Cosmos up today, UMA, Stellar, Waves, Decred. A lot of small movers today. Let's see if there are some big movers down. Axie Infinity with a pretty big pullback today. Thorchain with a pullback. Are we talking about the, I guess we don't have it on here. Thorchain got hacked, correct?
Yeah, they did. I saw that.
Wait, 2 days in a row, we got Bondly hacked yesterday, and we got Thorchain hacked yesterday. Now, it was an exploit, and I don't know if people actually lost money on it or not. Well, you know what? Why instead of just randomly talking about it and not knowing about it, let me pull it up. Yeah, so there was money taken, actually. Thorchain loses up to $7.6 million in ChaosNet exploit, offers hacker a bounty to return funds, $7.6 million in crypto assets, and this was directly from Thorchain themselves. It seems about 4,000 ETH worth of assets were taken, not 13,000 ETH. More detailed assessment recovery steps. Users who suffered LPs will be made whole in the coming weeks. So they're going to come out. They're going to fix it. They're going to take care of it, make sure nobody lost money. But the project itself did lose money. Recovery plan is in motion. It's a disappointing moment for all. I mean, guys, this just shows you really how early we are with stuff still. When are we doing this fantasy football draft? Well, if we're going to do a fantasy football league, who should we put in charge of that? Nick Damandi?
If he wants.
He's doing our internal fantasy football.
Okay.
So we'll try to work on that. Yeah, we're going to talk about that upcoming XRP Death Cross. You know, we'll talk about that. But thank you for the super chat, both of you guys. J.R. Proctors, and what was the other guy? Eric Delgado. Yeah, we'll talk about fantasy football. We don't do fantasy football drafts until we actually get closer to the season. You never draft before the third preseason game. You guys know.
For sure.
Yeah, made that mistake before. Yeah. Okay, so that's what's going on with the markets. Let's do oh, that's an interesting one. You're going to read that one?
Yeah.
Let's get to the Q&A. Let's get kicked off here.
Yeah. Ruckus Among Us on Twitch. Any buzz from your sources about any financial black swan event coming soon?
Yeah, actually. So now, look, I mean, here's the thing. And this is what I tell everybody. So far, pretty much everything that I've been given has came to pass, okay? Literally everything I've been told by a few of these people. And what I'm being told is we will have something later this year in the fall that will be a market crash, not for crypto. The thing is, though, crypto is going to get swept up in that because that's the time for around the end of the market anyways. So we're looking at stimulus pullbacks. We're looking at the Fed, possibly doing some stuff. We're looking at a stock market crash. I can't tell you all that stuff's going to happen for sure, but I'm being told it's going to happen. So we'll see what happens. I have told you that it looks like we're heading more towards deflation than inflation. But look, the thing is, you're going to be able to ride crypto gains up when they start coming back up in the fall. Or between now and the fall, they should start going back up. But once the fall hits, end of September, right when I told you guys, we got the futures contracts closed the end of quarter 3, at the end of September. A big jobs report is due during that time. We'll get probably a plan for the way the pandemic will shake out for the next year, and it's probably going to end up being some pretty bad stuff. So, yeah, that is actually what I'm being told.
Sharpclaw UK, hold more ETH or XRP for the remainder of the year?
I would say slightly more XRP. But here's, somebody came up to me last night at the meetup. I think her name was Janet. Hey, Janet. Or Janet. And she asked me, she said, hey, I want to know, should I sell all my XRP for Ethereum right now? And I said, or maybe she said, I think she said it the reverse way. She said Ethereum for XRP. The point is, it doesn't really matter. You shouldn't sell all of one for the other. My dad asked me the same thing. He said, should I sell my Ethereum? You think XRP is really going up? Like, why would I not just take advantage of that when that's going to get the biggest pump, due to, when they finally get this slap on the wrist and the lawsuit's over, returns to all-time highs, it's going to crush it. We think that's going to happen. I've been told that's going to happen. I believe it's going to happen. But that doesn't mean that it's going to happen for sure. And so the problem people make is when you get over-invested into one thing, you're overexposed. And then if something doesn't go the way you're thinking it's going to go, you'll be in a bad spot. It's always better to diversify when you're in these top coins. 3 to 4 of the top 10 is a good amount of holdings for top 10 coins. Somewhere around there, obviously Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then choose between Cardano, Polkadot, XRP, whatever. But you should not sell all of one for another. That usually, just in general, it's not a winning strategy.
Okay, Bill Gould on YouTube, are you going to do any Flare Network or Flare Finance in-depth videos at all?
Yeah, Sunday. Boom. I just recorded it, actually. I literally just recorded it a few minutes ago. I was pretty interested in learning more about it and researching it and figuring out, basically the long and short of it is Flare brings DeFi to XRP, to the Ripple network. So I didn't know if that was just an airdrop. It's the Spark token airdrop is coming. That's part of the Flare network. They have wrapped assets similar to what you see on Ethereum, but these are called F assets. So some pretty interesting stuff I came across when doing that. So, they've got a plan to make sure the Spark token doesn't dump when they do the airdrop. They're going to do it in increments. So you'll learn a lot more about that this weekend.
Question from Twitch. What's the best crypto debit card? Is the Coinbase card good?
I like the Coinbase card. I think it's good. Personally, my Crypto.com is my go-to. I like Crypto.com the best. We've been partners with them forever. I've been following it since it was Monaco. So I like Crypto.com. You do have to stake. The thing about the Coinbase card, you don't have to stake. So I have it in my Apple Wallet right now. Your DZ, one of your relatives is super chatting again. Yeah. Inti Velez. She says, love DZ jokes with $100 super chat. So you tell your sister. I don't know who it is. Maybe she's just into some DZ. I get it. I'm into DZ too. TJ, tell BitBoy you are smarter. Dr. Sepp, hi from TikTok. Dr. Cena. Oh, well, hey, we met him in Miami, I believe. I think that's the guy we met in Miami.
I think so.
Yeah.
What's up, Dr. Cena?
Yeah, Dr. Cena. Cool stuff. Yeah, and TJ, I'm smarter than you. Just saying. I have no problem telling him that.
I know you don't. Agree to disagree, I guess. Is AMP still a good project, PodTech on Twitch?
Look, I think AMP is a good project. Look, here's the thing. What happens is we have these projects that have these massive run-ups, and people get rich on them real quickly, and then they drop back down. You have to understand it's cyclical. You don't usually see projects that just continue to outshine and outshine and outshine. I mean, if you look over here at the top 10, for instance, like look at Telcoin, for instance. You guys remember when Telcoin was crushing it every week. Well, now it's down 36% this week. But the thing is people want us to make these videos when they're on those runs up, and so we make videos when they're popular. But that's usually a pretty good sign they'll be dropping down. So remember, it's all cyclical. They will have pumps again. Look for good entry points. Polygon's going through it right now. We made a good entry point yesterday on the show. We've now got $400,000 worth of Polygon that is now worth, how much is it worth now? Not as much, probably. It's probably at like 80 cents today. Let's see. What's it at? 84 cents. We bought in at 88 cents yesterday. So we got in between 88 cents and 92 cents. I feel real good with that. So we probably got like 380 or 390 right now. So, but pretty good entry point. Just look for good entry points. That's the best way to say it.
Okay. Let's see. A lot of AMP questions.
People love AMP. TJ did beat Jeb on Around the Blockchain yesterday.
I did.
You won the show?
I won the show. Amazing how that works.
Easy.
They said I had to win or they were gonna rage in the chat.
Oh, is that what they said?
Yeah. Is Bat still a good buy from Yummy Noodles?
Bat is one of these. Oh, it says Ben versus TJ in chess to determine who's smarter. I'm 3-1 versus TJ in chess.
Yeah.
One of them was technically a stalemate, but
yeah. So 2-1.
I had all my pieces to he had one and he lucked out. But so 2-1-1.
Yeah.
But we haven't played in a while. We probably need to get back to that.
Yeah.
I've been taking a master class. Oh. What was the question again?
Basic attention token.
I like basic attention token. Or I think it's great. We hold it on Uphold. We're in the Brave Creator Program, so people send us basic attention token as tips throughout the months. I think it's a great project. I love the idea about it. I think they have messed up on some things, but also, hey, you know who has a big stake in Brave Browser?
Yep.
Digital Currency Group. Did you guys like that video yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
I got some people telling me I may need some
protection.
They said some babysitters. I may need some babysitters, they say. So we'll see. Yeah, you guys know. You guys know if I'm not here, you know who to look at. You look at old Barry Silbert and old Michael Sonnenschein. They'll probably be responsible for it. So, XRP Army, we don't fold, we don't break, we don't bend. No truer words have ever been said. Thoughts on Algorand's DeFi price prediction? I don't know anything about Algorand DeFi, but I love Algorand. I've got a big Algorand fan sitting on the couch back there. and I like the way he described it yesterday. We were eating lunch, and he said, from Tyler Ocean's crew, old Jay Ocean over there, he said, it's kind of like you feel like it's this project that's got doing stuff in the background right now, that's doing a lot of work that eventually is going to pay off. And that's exactly how I would describe Outgrand as well. Meetup in Denver. Yeah, I guess we could do a meetup in Denver. Would anybody even remember it if it happened?
Eventually.
Is there enough Cheetos to go around? Sorry. I'm a little bitter at Denver right now, I'm going to be honest with you, because they stole our All-Star game. So,
yeah.
It's very sad. But yeah, we like Denver. I was actually in Denver last year for just driving through to Wyoming and on vacation. So, all right, we got to move to the charts now. TJ's telling me. But yeah, we'll have a lot of cities. We're going to do meetups in every city in America. You just tell us the name of your city, we'll come there.
There you go.
Yeah, and if we don't go there, it's TJ's fault. So, okay, so let's check out the charts here. What's going on with Bitcoin? Right now we are on the 1 hour chart. And look, it's weird, isn't it? Because I told you guys the number to watch is 32,000. And I also said, hey, we could go below 32,000, but it's going to snap back up above it. And we saw that yesterday 2 different times. 2 different times we saw this. And I want you guys to notice that all of this manipulation going on. The yellow X is on MarketCypher. It shows the manipulation. How do we know about this manipulation? Well, you guys may not know that yesterday, oh, look at that. We got so many cities. South Bend, I've been to South Bend. Buffalo, Sao Paulo, Brazil, come to India. Sure, why not? Ottawa, I've been to Ottawa, actually.
Meet up in North Korea. That was a good one.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I got a buddy over there, Kim.
Yeah.
So, what? Yeah. What? It's just a guy I know named Kim over there. I don't know a guy named Kim over there. So, anyways, when you look at the charts, you see the prices dropping. The people who are defending these price points, they are pushing the price up. So it's got to go down before they push it up. The goal is 28,000. That's where these people are trying to manipulate the price to, but they're not able to get it there. So I know some people that are doing some things working against this with billions of dollars in trading to push these prices back up over 32,000. The interesting thing that happened yesterday was a resistance popped up at $32,000. A resistance popped up. And what happened is it was getting up there and coming back down. A guy pushed it through. They got it through. They got it back over 32. And then what happened? The retail sentiment moved it back up. Right now, there's not manipulation going on in this market. We're seeing, as of this morning, as of right now, there will be more attempts. They're trying to use the grayscale unlock on Sunday to push the price down. I wouldn't be surprised if there's another attempt to get it below 32, but they cannot sustain it below 32. They're hitting it as hard as they can hit it, and it's not budging. You see the people on YouTube, it's definitely going to 24, it's going to $21,000, blah, blah, blah. It may. I don't think it will. There's a momentous push to get it down below. It's sat at $32,000 basically all week, 32 to 33. So I don't think they're going to be hugely successful in this. And the interesting thing is the sentiment stuff on here somewhere? Did he pull that up?
I'm not sure.
Let me look, see if I can find it real quick. Binance inflows. All right, so here we go. What is this one? Smart contract. Yeah, you see ETH dominating here in smart contracts. Not really relevant to this conversation, but that is very interesting.
Yeah, send me that for later. I want to look at that.
We'll meet at Richard's basement. A lot of people asking me about Richard Hart last night. He's something, man. I personally think he's great. I like him as a human. I'll just leave it at that. This is from Woo Blockchain. This is from Crypto Quant. And this is what I want to show you. This is how we know. You say, oh, there's no manipulation in the market. There's blah, 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 blah. I'm starting to think that the reason why MarketCypher starts popping up these yellow X's is it's tracking inflows. I think that is why. Last night, we had the largest inflow to Bitcoin, or in the last 24 hours. Largest inflow to exchanges on Binance since May 20th. Which was the day after the crash, right? Or wasn't it on the 19th, the actual crash? Can you tell them to keep it down out there? Somebody? They're being real loud. Let's see. Let me check that here. Day, May 19th. Yeah, May 19th was the day. So since May 20th, this is the largest inflow to exchanges. Inflow is extremely bearish. This means that people are sending money in to dump the price. The best chance last night, this came from the overseas market. They moved money into Binance to push it down, and they failed miserably. So this manipulation is real. You can track it. You can see it. You can look at the numbers. People can tell me I'm crazy till they're blue in the face. And at the end of the day, they're still wrong and I'm still right. So we'll see what happens. I don't think that we're going to be able to get down below 32,000 sustained again. So we'll see. Maybe we do. I don't think that we will, though. Honest opinion on Hex. Why is everyone scared of Richard? He's just a great talker. Richard's a great talker, for sure. I've talked about my opinion on Hex many times. I did very well with it. It's just not something we really go in depth about on this channel. That's why we let Richard come on. He talked about it. Hope you guys feel validated. He got to talk about it on there. A lot of people didn't like it. It was kind of controversial, but we believe in giving people platforms for sure. Oh my God, Bitcoin is finally bearish. Bitboy's finally bearish. I'm not bearish. I'm not bearish. I believe by the end of next week, things are going back up. Okay, and I've been saying that for a month now. I've been saying that for four to 5 weeks. I've been telling you the middle of July. We don't know the exact date. We don't know if it's the 15th. It was obviously not. We don't know if it's the 20th, 23rd. I don't know. The middle of the month, somewhere in between the 10th and the 20th. So it should be sometime next week, I believe. Now, before we're gonna have to start this one over because I gotta do this Ferrum mention. So guys, if you guys know about our Bitverse NFTs, before we get to the XRP story here, our Bitverse NFTs, we have Bitverse Punks. These are like crypto punks with all of our Bitverse characters. Once a week, a project gives us $10,000 to disperse to our holders of those those cards. This week, the card that is held that gets the airdrop is Airdrop. That's the name of the character, Airdrop. She's a specialist in airdropping. Obviously by her name. But the thing is that Ferrum Network this week, they stepped up and all of the holders of the airdrop card will be getting a share of $10,000 of Ferrum. If you don't know about Ferrum here, it's coming in at 687. It is a partner of ours. We've worked with Ferrum Network for a long time. If you watch this channel, had an absolutely massive run up and then just kind of like Bitcoin is returned to earth, but still above where it was when it started its run up. So still a positive thing. And guys, this tells you right here, take profits on the way up. Always take profits on the way up. And that was something I was explaining to people yesterday about at the meetup. The idea that every individual coin you has a compounding return down the road if you hold on to it. While that is true, you still have to take profits. Because you can't think like, I've got 10 Ethereum, so if it goes to $10,000, I'll have $100,000 by the end of this year. And if it goes up to $7,500, you're like, well, if I sell one right now, I'm basically losing $2,500. That's not reality, but that's the way a lot of people think. You got to get out of that. You got to learn to take profits as things are going up. It very rarely will actually hit the exact target you're waiting on in that cycle. Eventually, we believe that it will. But Ferrum Network is a project. They have a launch pad. They've got a lot. They have a cross-chain token bridge now that is in beta. You guys can check this out. We've done plenty of videos on them. You can connect right here, right through the website, bridge.ferrum.network/FRM. And this is a little article here on Medium about Ferrum Network. It's a cross-chain token bridge to swap assets across Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, and Matic. Today, we're excited to announce the launch of the newest edition. They've got a lot of different products on product portfolio for Ferrum Network. They have their wallet. They've got their launch pad. Now they have the cross-chain token bridge. And this gives you a little bit more information. You can check out their Medium page to really figure it out. Here's a little problem with the current bridges that exist. There's restricted access. They're hard to use. There's third-party involvement. And so this is a better way to do it with their cross-chain bridge. So go check out that article. Check out Ferrum Network. And thank you to them for sponsoring the $10,000 giveaway. All right, let's check it out. Let's get to XRP here, okay? XRP. Yeah, they're winning. That's definitely the best way to say this. If you guys remember, on Around the Blockchain a few days ago, we discussed an article that was put out by a finance website. I can't remember what it was, like Finance Feeds or whatever. I don't know who the ultimate source of the article was, but they were explaining how because the judge in the case had to have a conversation with Ripple Labs about the deposition, I think it's Hinman, William Hinman, I think it is how you say it. Some people try to correct me on that. I said Heineman, whichever one it is. Because the judge, Sarah Netburn, had to have a conversation with Ripple about that deposition, that was a bad thing, and that meant that Ripple was losing. Well, it seemed like, and I told you at the time, what a stupid article that was. What a stupid headline. People that write stuff like that should probably be, sent away, because all they're doing is filling these narratives. Oh, someone said million token win video. Never. There you go. There you go. There's the answer. Thank you for the super chat. Thanks for the $20, DP. Never. Okay. So to catch you guys up, that's what happened. We talked about they had to have a meeting. Well, it sounds like the meeting between the judge and Ripple went like this. Hey, Ripple, sure, let's do it. That was the phone call. But yet, these finance articles are put out. It's bad for Ripple. It's bad. So here's what happened. Ripple can now depose the former head of the SEC, corporate finance, or of the SEC's finance division, about the agency's policy decision as the company faces an enforcement action. U.S. Magistrate Judge Sarah Netburn, a.k.a. the SEC's worst nightmare, on Thursday ordered William H. Hinman to sit for questioning, saying the case involves significant policy decisions in the markets. And check out this, XRP Army are being heard. The public interest is high. This is a high stakes game for not only the SEC, for not only Ripple Labs, but for crypto in general. This case is going to have reverberating effects, a reverberating impact on the entire crypto regulation standpoint. If XRP is ruled to not have been a security token sale, or a security sale, not a security token sale, a security sale, what is? It kind of checks off almost all the boxes. And they're crushing the SEC right now. Who's next? Who do they go after next? Where's the SEC's win here? This is going to be a landmark case for crypto in general, I believe. And that's why, look, we said at certain times we don't like some of the centralization issues with Ripple. The XRP Army, of course, which I am the supreme leader of, they say there's no such thing as centralization in Ripple. You can go back and look. They said that they sold tokens to keep the company profitable. There's a lot of things that were said, okay? But ultimately, even in the darkest days of XRP, we're way more on their side than we are on the SEC side. No offense to the SEC. Seemed like maybe some good people are at work there. Some good people work there. What's that?
No, I don't. Maybe not. I guess maybe some good people. I'm not a big fan of the SEC either.
Well, I like Georgia.
Well, there you go. That type of SEC.
I don't like Alabama, though.
Yeah, Robert was telling me last night about your Tennessee colors on your car.
Nah, whatever. I mean, look, I'd pick some. I am not a Tennessee volunteer, okay?
Sure looks like it.
But I'll volunteer to do a meetup in Tennessee. That'll make them happy.
There you go.
So, yeah, I mean, look, I don't want to say the SEC is the most corrupt organization in the government, but that's only because I don't want them to hear me say it.
Perfect.
Okay. All right, so that's what's going on with the case. So if you don't understand William Hinman, who he is, okay, look, and look, remember this, centralization is not a zero-sum game. There's no such thing as 100% centralized or 100% decentralized. That's kind of a myth that people believe. So I see people saying XRP is not centralized. Well, there's aspects of it that are, and there are aspects of it that are not. So we can argue about that, and we can talk past each other for an hour if you want, but I'd rather not do that. So look, yeah, we ultimately, we're in it. We don't think it's a scam by any stretch of the imagination. We don't think it's 100% centralized, but there's some aspects, just like people can point to Ethereum and say the 20 biggest holders hold 20% of the of the tokens and say that's centralized. That's not a bad argument, really. So it's not necessarily important to, I'm not Judge Netburn. I'm not going to say centralized or decentralized, okay? But here's who William Hinman is. He had a statement that he made when he was with the SEC that said that Bitcoin and Ethereum are not securities. So what Ripple's trying to do is get access to him to ask him questions because he is considered the authority. What he said about Bitcoin and Ethereum not being securities, while it wasn't actually done, I believe, in a 100% legal context to where that's the definitive answer, it's been accepted as the definitive answer. So Ripple wants to hear what he thinks about XRP. And if he says, no, he doesn't think that it's a security, then the SEC is probably going to have to back off of the whole thing. And ultimately, XRPs will get a slap on the wrist but that's all it's going to be. So we'll see what happens there. It's very interesting, but they are winning. So let's check out here. Oh, there were two articles here, but yeah, this is basically the same thing we were looking at. She denied the SEC motion to suppress the deposition. Basically, can you remove that? Can you get rid of the word million?
Sure.
I don't want the word million token mentioned in here again. Can you guys please be for real? What a scam. What a scam. Don't buy the token. It's an experiment. Guys, please don't be stupid. Okay, so we're going to get rid of that. We're going to filter out the word million. Y'all can try to spell it however you want. You're just going to look like idiots. If you're in here to shill million token, get out, please. The rest of us would appreciate it. So here's basically what happened. This is what the other article was about. They're suppressing they're trying to suppress it because the SEC knows that if this happens, they're in dire trouble. That's why you don't want evidence submitted. So that's what they don't want. They're quickly losing their pull on all this. Okay. Censorship. Yeah, I censor crap. You're right. Ripple partners SoftBank. Like, guys, think about all these stories we're about to go over here. Not only is Ripple going to win this case, but they're carrying out regular business right now like this isn't even going on, okay? They know. Is it not clear to you guys? Can you not look at the moves that Ripple has been making over the last month and see that they know what's happening? They know what's coming. I don't know, man. It's a little sketch because you start talking about a lot of these government agencies and how they work hand in hand with the people that are really pulling the strings behind the scenes. And you start to see, we'd love to get Hosky back on, Eric Delgado. Maybe we can do that soon. Yeah. What happens is you see there's a lot of overlap between the people pulling the strings and the government agencies and the businesses like Ripple Labs. And so it's almost like it's hard to get one strain of thought or one, footprint to see exactly how this affects this. But looking back on all of it, I now believe the Brad Garlinghouse knew in the very beginning that this was going to be nothing. I think he knew in the beginning. I would wonder, to be honest with you, if this was played to an advantage by the people at Ripple in terms of they might have known this was coming, but they also might have known the end result and what it was going to be. Maybe it was told to them. I don't know. And maybe they took that gigantic dump time to accumulate more. If you had not ever seen a buying opportunity, when Ripple dumped in December, that was a heck of a buying opportunity. Didn't get down to 16 cents. Trendsetter TV84 says, how do I get in touch, Ben, to do an interview? I'm a smaller channel, but love Ben's energy. I exude it. It comes out of all my pores.
You can reach out to marketing at BitBoy Crypto.
Well, there you go.
.com.
Yeah, and if you guys want me to talk million token, you can send an email there too, and we'll send you one back, and we'll laugh at you. Sorry, I'm not even going to say it again. That was it. That was the last attention I'm going to give it. Now you see how they're doing it?
Right on cue.
He gave me rub 1,000. I don't need 1,000 rubs. Okay? Don't give me 1,000 rubs. I don't want that. What is that? Rubies? Did he send me rubies or those?
Rubies, yeah.
All right, so here's one of these stories. Ripple partner SoftBank leads $800 million funding round for XRP-friendly Revolut digital bank. SoftBank and Tiger Global have led a new funding round for crypto-friendly Revolut, which we actually hate Revolut, but that's not really relevant to this story here. I think Revolut's kind of a scam, but anyways, that's another story. We're going to ignore that right now. SoftBank, which owns the Ripple-supported money tap payment app in Japan, along with Tiger Global, nothing scarier than a tiger that travels the world, has helped UK-based Revolut Digital Bank to raise a whopping $800 million in a recent funding round. Revolut is now valued at $33 billion. Wow. That's a crappy 33B. According to a CNBC article, the British fintech startup has raised $800 million. It's now valued at $33 billion. It's 6 times higher than its evaluation by investors last year. Let's see. The Revolut app offers services in banking and trading. Let's see. This funding round has turned the company into the second biggest unicorn. First one is Klarna, which I've heard of. Revolut holds $742 million in crypto assets, but they keep supporting XRP. Very interesting. You got a lot of the exchanges saying, no, we're not going to allow XRP to be traded. You got a bank saying, okay. What does that tell you? What does that tell you about Ripple? They got connections and they're deep. You may not like them, but they're out there and they're real. Major RippleNet partner obtains Bank of Thailand approval. Ripple's instruments will be utilized by Siam Commercial Bank in 12 countries. One of the largest private banks in Southeast Asia, Siam Commercial Bank, has obtained a license for its operations with RippleNet. SCB leaves sandbox with RippleNet. This here is from Crypto Airy. Says that Thailand headquarters Siam Commercial Bank now has all of its operations authorized by the Bank of Thailand. It can now leave the sandbox with a full range of instruments. Now, you got to understand how this is working. The number one thing that we said for a long time, okay, somebody said Coinbase killed your Ripple. I saw that comment. That's good. Who said that? Our NP Gamer maybe it was. Here's what I'll say. And thank you to all the people watching on YouTube, watching on Twitch, watching on Theta, watching on TikTok. How many people watching, by the way?
We got about 11,500. Only 2,700 likes, though.
Well, we never said it in the beginning.
I know. We should. I think we can still get to 5,000 if everybody stops and does it right now.
If everybody stops and does it right now, you hit the like button for us. It's the number one way you can support the channel. I don't ask for tips. I don't ask for your money. We give all the content away for free on this channel. All you got to do is like the video. That's all we ask. Appreciate it if you would do that. If you're watching on mobile, exit out of the live chat, hit like, hit mobile chat. Watching on TV, bottom left-hand corner of the screen. More actions or more options. Hit react. And then like or dislike the video. Okay, so somebody said Coinbase killed your Ripple. Well, what did I tell you, though? I told you that maybe there was some people that took advantage of this news. Coinbase maybe being one of them, owned by a digital currency group, who also has a major stake in Ripple. I don't know. You guys see the conflicting narrative there? So anyways, you see what's happening here. The big narrative against Ripple and against XRP, and I was certainly talking about this a year ago, was all of the banks were, or not all of the banks, but a lot of banks were starting to use their products. However, they weren't settling in XRP. They're still not doing that. They're going to do it. They are going to do it. I don't know if it's this year. I don't know if it's next year. I don't know if it's 5 years from now. But it is coming. So, opinion about incident with Bondly. I honestly don't have enough information to make an opinion on it other than to say it sucks. Not Bondly, but the hack. I think it lost 95% of its value. It's a project we reviewed on this channel, not a sponsored video by any stretch, just because it was an interesting NFT project. They showed up on Rarible. They stole our crown as the number one seller on Rarible for a while. We moved off Rarible. We don't do anything there anymore. But, I thought it was a very interesting project. Very sad to see what happened. I know a lot of people lost money in it. But we were actually out of Bondly when that happened. We sold our Bondly a while back. So, okay, so last XRP story. I just want to clear up this FUD here about all this. There's a death cross, has support at 51 cents. I mean, if it drops from 60 to 51, is it really that big of a deal? But what I would say is, you guys remember the death cross for Bitcoin? What's happened since that? Nothing. I mean, we're at 32,000. We were at 32,000 a month ago. The prices go up and down. We've not seen a dramatic effect of the death cross. Death cross bear out, I think it's, 60% of the time they go down? Maybe it was 50. It's almost, I think it's like 4 out of 9 times we had a death cross in Bitcoin, the price didn't go down. So 5 out of 9 times it did. That doesn't seem like a great indicator. So I'm not scared of a death cross at all. And I can tell you this for 100%. If XRP goes down significantly after this death cross, I'm going to be buying it by the truckload. So that could be a great opportunity for you guys that have missed it. So somebody said XRP's the nerdy kid that got picked on forever and then comes to the reunion as a ripped MMA fighter. I think that's a pretty good description. I like that. Okay, so here we go. We got this Ethereum news here. Ethereum is safe until it sustains this level. Now, very interesting because I've been telling you guys this number for a while. Somebody said the death cross turned Bitcoin into a stable coin. That's pretty good. What's interesting is nobody else has been talking about this $1,800 level. I haven't seen anybody talking about it. I got this number from an insider. And now all of a sudden, everybody's talking about it. Very interesting. We can't say whether if the downside is limited from here. However, 1,800 remains a key level to watch for the downside. On-chain data provider Sentiment reports, for now, as long as the 1,800s hold, we've got a chance to make it back towards the 2,200s to test the resistance trend line. Ethereum dropped 16% after breaking the rising wedge last week, trying hard not to fall to its previous support lows or levels, of 1,700. One of the concerning things for ETH investors is that its network growth is on a downtrend. And I actually don't necessarily know if that's true. I was looking at some numbers yesterday that kind of say the opposite. Thank you, Eric Delgado, for that super chat. Thoughts on Solana? I like it. We're heavily invested in it. It says here, although there's a few occasional spikes, they're not sustaining it for long. To establish a stronger bull case, we need to see a reversal in the network growth, resuming back to the north. I don't even know if that's that important. Looking at the positive side, the daily active addresses have remained healthy so far. So beginning of 2021, an average of 400,000 active addresses have been interacting with the Ethereum network. At the same time, the e-supply at the exchanges has been on a decline. So that's extremely bullish. And if you were to say to me, Ben, because that's my name, that's how you would start it. You would say, Ben, what's more important? The rate of addresses growing or the rate of Ethereum leaving exchanges? I would tell you the outflow vastly more important. There is not a relationship between creating a new address and the price going up. There's not a relationship. There is a relationship between depleting the supply on an exchange and the literal value of the Ethereum left on that exchange. So there is a connection. Now, look, we don't want the network to go down. We don't want to see a vast drop in addresses. But if you think about the NFT hype, how many addresses do you believe were created strictly by mainstream plebs, or even in crypto, to try to understand how to buy an NFT from their favorite celebrity? So it's probably pretty significant. So I would actually say a lot of that address growth would have been attributed to the NFT craze that was going on for a while, which I think we'll see again down the road. But just because the addresses aren't going up right now, I don't think that means we're in some kind of problem with Ethereum. Someone says Ben Dover. You know, I used to have a T-shirt that said that. I got it from Gadzooks. Does anybody remember Gadzooks?
I believe that you had a T-shirt that said that.
I did. It said Ben Dover. The teachers hated it. I just said it's just a name. I had to turn my shirts inside out quite a few times growing up. My mom would not be proud. Ethereum network settlement spike on Wednesday, July 14th. Crypto research platform Messari released a report wherein it stated that the Ethereum blockchain settled 2.5 trillion in transactions, 65% surge over the previous quarter, and a 1,500% surge year over year. Messari noted that Ethereum could be settling a massive $8 trillion by the end of 2021. So you guys see the FUD here. And I told you guys, this is supposed to be confusing. For the last month, we've been going through a time where we've been seeing, like someone said, Bitcoin's a stable coin. But we've been seeing the intentional confusion. For a while, it was all negative stories. Now we're getting mixed messages. Somebody said my shirt's surprisingly calm today. I didn't know how much attention people really paid to my shirts. But people wore shirts last night specifically to show me their crazy shirt. So I guess I'm known for crazy shirts now.
Yeah.
So I guess we have a standard to uphold. I guess it's better than being known for not wearing a shirt, maybe.
True.
I know some people like that. Okay. So, but here's, we're getting confusion. We're getting these on-chain metrics about how, the concerning thing is the rate of growth is going down. Next year, this year, we've seen a 1,500% surge. Next year, it's going to be more. It's going to be bigger. You see the mixed messages? You see how it doesn't really make sense? Somebody said this guy raided Lark Davis's closet. Well, let me tell you something about Lark Davis.
He's got some good shirts.
He's got some good shirts. I like that guy. But I think my shirt game is up there with his. I'm not going to say it's topping his right now, but if you guys don't know this about me, I'm highly competitive. We will be known as the shirt gang.
Well, interestingly, he's been drawn, like, as you've been peaking with your shirt game, he's actually kind of getting a little more conservative, I've seen in one or two of his videos.
Oh, that seems a little bearish.
Yeah, it was
It's a
interesting.
little bearish.
Oh, there's the air. We needed
So it was
that.
the air. No, it was the rain yesterday, wasn't it?
It was, but we needed it. It's hot in here today.
Yeah, I'm sweating like a Hulk. This is how confident whales are about Ethereum's spike. Ethereum's lost nearly 60% of its value since its peak back in May. However, the scale of the reversal in the value of the second largest crypto has definitely invited more interest and support from crypto holders in the market. Loss of support 2,000. But as per sentiment, we already talked about this. The whales are increasing. They now have 20.58% of the overall supply. ETH investors have, however, remained cautious on the market. There's no doubt the upcoming changes in the network are going to build Ethereum for the future. And the investors know this. The belief among traders is visible whenever they begin moving their holdings off centralized exchanges, and that's what we've been talking about here for a little bit today. Why are these? If I say the word bearish, why are they freaking out? I said someone else could. I said it could be bearish if Lark's shirt game is going down. You actually think that means that I think the price of Bitcoin is going down? They can't hear the air. Well, that's great news. Ben is the #1 dripper in crypto. Dripper drowned. That's true. Okay. All right. I want to talk about these stories here. Some really interesting stuff. So where is the Cardano story?
I'm not sure.
Cardano FUD. This is how confident they are. I don't see it. The headache of colonialism. Is this about Cardano? Yeah, here it is. Okay. So we're going to start with this. Now, if you didn't know, we own all of our Cardano. We're moving it to a staking pool. We bought it on Binance US. So it's kind of an interesting tie-in between, a nice segue between this story about Cardano. The next story is super interesting. We're going to get into it. But the headache of crypto colonialism, guys, what I tell you is coming for Cardano? FUD. I told you Cardano FUD is coming. Why? Institutions are starting to pour money into Cardano, so they are going to be manipulating the prices down. So Cardano, in my opinion, for the short term, there are probably better projects to make short-term gains on. However, long-term, I do believe Cardano, you're going to be hard-pressed to find a project you're going to do better on than Cardano, okay? So I want to be clear about that. The reason in the short term I think it's going down is we're getting FUD stories like this. I told you it was coming. Told you it was coming last week. Told you the institutional money was coming last month. It's coming. If ain't nobody else going to pat me on the back, I'll pat my own dang back. Okay? Ethiopia is suffering a humanitarian disaster after months of armed conflict. Roads and bridges across the Tigray province are in ruins. Electricity and telephone lines have been cut. Civil war in full swing. It might seem to be a strange time to kick off the country's digital revolution. You guys see this? It's like, what a terrible place. Oh, by the way, Cardano might be doing stuff in this crappy place. That's the way the article's written. Developers behind the Cardano crypto IOHK have announced that the U.S. tech firm will help Ethiopia rise from their wreckage. Colorado-based company has been here for over 4 years, planning blockchain-based citizen ID and educational record systems, as well as supply chain management tools. You guys see the slight? You guys see the slight there against them? 4 years they've been working on it. 4 years. That's the slight. Initial plan is for Cardano application to be used to digitally track students' grades. Blockchain projects can do here we go. Here it comes, you ready? Blockchain projects can do very little to repair the roads and build strong political institution in places like Ethiopia. Before they even get started, this article here from CoinDesk, owned by Digital Currency Group, that has nothing to do with Cardano, says, hey, this ain't gonna be able to fix the country. What does that have to do? Like, what does that have to do with what Cardano is doing over there? Okay, they're trying to come in and rebuild stuff on the digital front, but yeah, Cardano don't make roads. Like, why do you have to go out of your way in this article to say that? But does a country have to start somewhere? Yeah, they do. Poverty and corruption are the ideal conditions for entrepreneur. You gotta be kidding me. I'm losing my voice here on air. Basically, CoinDesk is calling Charles Hoskinson a scammer. Basically, CoinDesk is calling Charles Hoskinson a scammer. Innovators are not drawn to fragile states because they want to fix these things. Poverty and corruption are the ideal conditions for entrepreneurs exploring opportunities to extract resources from vulnerable communities. Remember, Digital Currency Group owned by China, we revealed that yesterday. Li Ka-shing, one of the highest people in China, basically started the Digital Currency Group. One of the key investors in the beginnings of it. Digital Currency Group is trash, and they're trash people. Barry Silbert is a trash person. Michael Sonnenschein is a trash person. They are all trash. They should be locked away and the key thrown away forever. They're controlling crypto. They're manipulating things. They're working hand in hand with the CCP. We showed it yesterday. This is 100% proven. We showed the stuff. Li Ka-shing helped start the Digital Currency Group and establish Barry Silbert as the CEO and founder of that company. It's trash that they have the audacity to come on here because they own CoinDesk. China owns CoinDesk. Russia owns Cointelegraph. Wake up to what is happening in crypto. They have the audacity to come on here and call Charles Hoskinson, who's actually trying to build stuff up, a scammer, so the institutional investors behind Digital Currency Group can push the prices down, make you lose money, make you sell your Cardano so they can pump it to the moon later on and make all the money. Well, you know what? F the CCP, F Grayscale, F Digital Currency Group, and everything they touch. I won't stand for it anymore. They're going to have to come after me. I can tell you that, because we will not stop here. I am so tired of this garbage. When they have the audacity to assassinate a man's character over money, that's not cool with me. So, sorry, I got all fired up.
No, that's good.
It's true, 100%. I don't stand for it. I never will.
Well, that's why we like Charles, too, because he's out there fighting.
He's like that, too.
Yeah, he's not backing down.
Charles Hoskinson, Alex Mashinsky, these are some of the best people in crypto. So many of these other people are foxes in sheep clothing, wolves in sheep's clothing. They're not foxes. I'm the gray fox around here. Okay, yeah, the blood pressure did get up on that one. I get so pissed at this stuff. Let me tell you, and you know, nobody knows it better than me. Nobody knows it better than me. The fact that people are willing to assassinate the character of good people for their own financial gain, it pisses me off to no end. Because we see it all the time. We get it. We get it here on this channel. We got people trying to say we do it. It's shocking that someone has morals and ethics. It's shocking, isn't it? So we're going to keep lighting these people up. We're not going to let go of it. And I'm not. I'm not going to let go of this. They're going to have to take me out. So, and I ain't talking for coffee. Because I ain't going with them. Dr. Deb says I'm not even allowed to drink coffee anymore.
Did she really?
Yeah, she don't want me. Well, not forever, but
Dang.
I have to fix my adrenals, she says. I don't even know what those are. Adrenals? Isn't that what gives Wolverine his claws? I don't know. Sorry, I'm not a nerd. Is that it? I don't know. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, and you guys be vocal about this stuff. You need to be vocal about this stuff on Twitter. You need to be vocal about this stuff on Reddit. You need to be vocal about this stuff on every platform you can be vocal about it. Because we're not standing for it anymore. These are the true bad villains in crypto. These are the people that want to make it centralized. Oh, somebody give this guy some water. I'll throw the whole dang bottle at him.
Yeah.
I ain't scared to do it. Okay, let's get to this other story here. We really probably should have had two stories on this. No, we're still in the one before.
Oh, okay.
We combined two stories into one grouping, which we probably shouldn't have done. But that's okay. I squeezed in at the last minute.
Yeah.
This is extremely interesting stuff, guys. Okay. Where is Catherine Coley? Crypto World puzzled. Oh, I don't know why I did that. Crypto World puzzled by disappearance of former Binance US chief. Now, if you guys don't BitBoy first burst blood vessel, I did almost blow one, I think. There, I was really fired up. Yeah. It makes me so mad. I get so angry about it. If you didn't know, Catherine Coley, she was in charge of Binance. She played a huge role on this channel. A huge role on this channel. So Catherine, I went out to lunch with her and some other people. This was in 2019. And if you watch the early days of the channel, I always wore a backwards baseball cap. Mm-hmm. Always wore the cap. And we went to lunch, and I took my hat off. And she said, "You're not bald." I said, "Why no, Catherine? I have quite luscious locks." Obviously, as you guys can see here at the top of my head. And there were a couple other, ladies that were there with her, and they said the same thing. They said, "You got to take off the hat. Everybody thinks you're bald. Everybody thinks you're bald." And I said, "Oh my gosh, I didn't realize that. I didn't know that." There are some bald people who do wear caps around here. I'm looking at one of them right now. A little something, okay. Take it easy, Deezy. Okay, so she told me to take off the cap. I wore the cap because it was good for my green screen. That's the only reason I wore it. So I got to know Catherine pretty well, and it started, doing some stuff with Binance US. She's very nice, extremely. I would never have a single bad word to say about her. She is like one of the most authentically nice people I've met in crypto. But she's missing. Nobody knows where she is. And there's some really interesting stuff here. The former CEO in Binance US, so basically she was replaced by Brian Brooks. Nobody knows if she was actually ousted or if she just quit, resigned, maybe mutual. I don't know exactly know. But it says she's not been heard of since April. Her social media accounts list her old title. That's what's so interesting. Her Twitter and her LinkedIn still say CEO of Binance US. A Decrypt investigation reveals some clues on what became of Catherine Coley. The whereabouts of the 30-something former CEO of Binance is a mystery, gripping the crypto world. I'm going to tell you what I think at the end of this, by the way. I'm going to give you my opinion on what's happening here. But it says until April of this year, Coley was active on social media. She was seen at she would go to the Lakers games, and she was seen everywhere. She was a fixture on the crypto social circuit, popular with others in the industry. "Call me Coley," she would tell those who first met her, and always quick to respond to event invitations and questions from members of the media. So all changed abruptly at Binance US in April. No one has reported seeing her in San Francisco where she worked, and her once lively Twitter account has been silent since April 19th. A former colleague says her LinkedIn and Twitter, I know this because I've actually seen this, still says CEO of Binance. It says Coley is communicated via intermediaries. The answer to that question is yes, as two people tell Decrypt of having recent communications with her. These include a text message exchange and communications with Binance that occurred through an intermediary. While her current whereabouts are unknown, few doubt that her disappearance from the public sphere is a direct result of her ousting from Binance US. On April 20th, the Wall Street Journal reported that Binance had hired Brian Brooks, a former top lawyer at Coinbase and acting head of the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, to be its new CEO. She was also featured in the top 40 under 40 on Fortune, which begs the question. I only got a year and 3 months, Fortune. Will you please call me? Okay. I will be 40 next year. It's a very sad moment. Guys, I've always wanted to make a 40 under 40 list. I didn't make a 20 under 20. I didn't make a 30 under 30. I just want to make a 40 under 40. Can somebody make that? Can somebody make like
it's just pay to play for most of those.
Yeah,
So,
pay to play.
I mean, we can do that if you want.
Yeah, we'll make our own 40 under 40
Yeah.
and put me at number 1.
There you go.
Who will be number 2? How old's Eric Voorhees?
He's older than 40.
Hey, you're under 40 also.
I am under 40. I'm actually,
You're 30, 33?
32.
No, you haven't had a birthday. When's your birthday?
February.
February. Yeah, just a month. I don't need a day. I don't need people stealing your life.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, sorry. I just doxed you.
Yeah.
February birthday. Yeah, so you were 31 when you started working here. You were so young back then. Incredible. They've exited her stage left without so much as a mention. This is from Meltem Demir. She says she found it disgraceful and distasteful. Now, Coley and Binance are most likely in litigation over her ouster, a situation that typically obliges participants to remain tight-lipped. If this is the case, Coley may also be using her silence as leverage for a potential settlement in which she agrees not to disparage her former employer. Whatever the explanation of her current banishing act, the upshot is that the crypto world has lost a rising star female executive. I think what they say here is pretty good. Why she, Charles Hoskinson in his mid-30s. That's true. I thought he was older than me, and I found out I was much older than him.
Yeah.
And I felt really bad. No offense, Charles. We love your garden shirt.
Same. I thought he was much older than me, and then I realized he's like younger than me.
Yeah. But the thing is here, what I think is going on here, I think Decrypt describes well the likely situation. I personally think that come back to that radio face thing. I personally think that, I don't know, maybe she's just embarrassed, like she got removed and she just kind of wants to unplug and not be seen. And I get it. This tells me most likely it was a surprise to her, I think. I don't think that this was like something she knew was coming or, that they worked it out a deal. Look, I mean, if something happened and, I don't know, something happened to this channel, I get disappearing. I kind of get it. I don't think she's missing. I think she's fine. Just do want to say, like, Catherine, we love you. We thought you did a great job. And, maybe one day she'll come on the channel and talk about it. We'll see what happens. Radio Face says, let's have a meetup in Nick and Norman's in Sonoya, then check out the Walking Dead Museum and Store. I like that idea, actually. I really like that idea. I love The Walking Dead. I think that maybe when Sandbox gets going and has The Walking Dead going on Sandbox, maybe we could do something like that.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I've never been to Sonoya. Always want to go down there. Okay. All right, so let's move on to the next story here. BTC Digital Property. This is from Michael Saylor. Michael Saylor doesn't think Bitcoin is going to be the currency in the U.S. forever.
Ever, it says.
In the U.S. ever, yeah. The MicroStrategy boss thinks that Bitcoin is a form of property and points out the U.S. government is not threatened by other forms of property. How do you feel this goes off, or how do you think that the Bitcoin maxis feel about this? Michael Saylor saying this.
It is interesting to me because they love them some Michael Saylor, but he hasn't come out with the hardline maxi line. Like, he is open to some other things, so I'm sure they don't love it, but it's probably hard to. Or I haven't heard what he said yet, but I imagine I probably agree with him.
Headline after this episode: BitBoy goes missing.
Yeah.
Look, I ain't scared of these people, so you ain't got to worry about that. So here's the thing. Well, just know that if something does happen, it was them, for sure, 100%. Just know that.
Definitely not me.
Definitely not what?
Definitely not me.
It could be Eric Voorhees. He might not be happy after our show the other day.
Yeah, so. I'm sure he was watching.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
TJ. Okay. The MicroStrategy boss thinks Bitcoin is a form of property, points out U.S. government is not threatened by the property. And I agree with Michael Saylor 100% on this. I've been saying this forever. I would call it digital property. It's a threat to property. It's particularly a threat to other forms of property. Gold is property. Real estate, I can hear his voice when I'm reading this too. Yeah. Real estate is property. I don't think the United States government is threatened by real estate or buildings or companies or gold. I made him sound like Mr. Garrison.
I was going to say that was a terrible impression.
I'm terrible at impressions. I'm really bad. In my head, it sounds perfect.
That was like
I'm hearing it as I'm reading it, but yeah, that was Mr. Garrison right there. So
yeah, I was going to say, or like Dr. Phil, a little Dr. Phil in there.
I love, so every day when we go to the gym, Dr. Phil's on and it's just captions. And like, I always am reading his voice like, what are you going to do? You got to get a job. Your mom says you're just sitting here around the house playing video games. That's no way to live. So we're going to send you to the ranch. We're going to send you to the ranch and you're going to have to. Okay, sorry. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. If we do end up, like, if this does go kind of South Park like Mr. Garrison, though, like, I hope I don't end up like Kenny. So, see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay. The comments follow on from Saylor's assertions earlier this week on Scott Melker's Wolf of All Wall Street's podcast, a podcast we're probably now never getting invited to, in which he stated that I don't really think that Bitcoin's going to be a currency in the U.S. ever, nor do I think it should be. And what it's doing is demonetizing other forms of property. He added as he outlined that people are now weighing up. Does that make sense, weighing up? Should be weighing in on whether to purchase Bitcoin instead of opting for traditional investments such as real estate, stocks, starting a business, or buying gold. I say do not buy stocks. Buying stocks is stupid. If you want to buy real estate, if you want to start a business or buy some gold, I will listen to those arguments. But I just can't get into the world of stocks. Like, I was trying to explain to somebody, like, if you got in on an IPO and you make, like, 20%, like, great, amazing. Like, there were months where you could have made 800% in Ethereum this year. You know what I mean? Like, I just can't get behind putting your money into something that's stupid. I just can't get into it. So no offense to you, if you do invest in stocks, you probably have a great investment strategy. You're probably a whale on the stonks market. I've got a little bit, but I don't personally suggest investing in stocks. I think it's kind of silly, to be honest with you. It's kind of like Like after you've seen something that's amazing. Now it's like going back to something that's like, meh. So I can never do it the reverse way. I got into crypto before I got into stocks, so I can't ever suggest anybody to do it the other way. So unless you want to do it just to kind of learn about markets, that's fine. But he's talking, I thought this was really interesting too, where he was talking about Steve Ballmer from Microsoft. He said, what was the brilliant thing that Steve Ballmer did in order to be worth $100 billion? Dance on stage with Bill Gates. No, that's not what it was. He didn't sell Microsoft. All he did was hold it. And now he's worth $100 billion, and he has the audacity to dance. So I don't know if you guys have seen that. He's really funny at those Clippers games too. Then he talked about iPhones for a little bit. iPhones, I didn't really understand what he was saying on that, but I just didn't think it was relevant to the conversation. So what do you guys think about this? You guys agree? Obviously, I agree with it. I agree wholeheartedly with this. Michael Saylor, my one stocks are bad. Okay, stocks are bad. Just don't do stocks. Is that a good impression?
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. I got a good one. My wife says that all my foreign accents that I'll make, whether it's Australian or British or French. Well, French, I just know I say oui. That's it. She says they all sound the same. She says like my Spanish, it all sounds the same. It's like one accent, and I just say the country, but it actually all sounds like the same one. Okay, so here we go. Next story. Paraguay.
Hey.
Man, I tell you what. 2 ways are better than one. Proposed Bitcoin law includes crypto registration. We talked about this a little bit in the stream yesterday, but we looked into it a little bit more. I just kind of wanted to get into this a little bit more because this is a big story, guys. A new Bitcoin law is expected to be introduced into Paraguay's legislation tomorrow, which will require cryptos to be registered with the country's Undersecretariat of State Taxation. They say that was actually the name of the horse that Secretariat sired with.
That's
Undersecretary.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Of State Taxation. I know, I wouldn't want it to be me. Decrypt reported Tuesday, citing a draft of the bill, it said it obtained. We're talking about a very serious international Bitcoin law here, guys.
Right.
The purpose of this law is to establish legal certainty, financial and fiscal, in the business derived from the production and commercialization of virtual assets. A rough translation of the document reads, Decrypt reported that the bill was a leaked draft without saying how it obtained it. We know how they obtained it. The bill would also regulate crypto mining. We talked about that a little bit yesterday. It's in stark contrast to neighboring Latin American country El Salvador, which last month approved its own version of Bitcoin law designed to make it legal tender. Here's what this is starting to look like, okay? It's starting to look like that Paraguay's Bitcoin law may actually not be everything that we thought it was going to be. It looks like maybe this is a new way for them to introduce mining regulation. Maybe it's a way for them to kind of corral Bitcoin, not necessarily let it free, if that makes sense. So, we don't know this for sure. There's a lot of people that think that there's actually sketchy stuff with El Salvador taking Bitcoin as well. I've had people tell me that there is some sketchy stuff with it, but I've yet to see the production of that. So I've been really careful because it is such a positive story for Bitcoin, the Bitcoin adoption. I do believe, I told you my personal opinion, I think ultimately it's not going to work because ultimately I believe the people are going to realize they don't want to spend the Bitcoin. They'd rather hold on to it, and it's going to enforce the digital gold over the currency, kind of like Michael Saylor was just saying in the article beforehand. But we'll have to see how it all shakes out. We did know that the World Economic Forum came out with a story right after El Salvador said they were accepting it and said that they were going to be, I forgot my train of thought there. They said they're going to be accepting Bitcoin, and the World Economic Forum said, we're not going to give you any more money if you're going to accept Bitcoin as legal tender. But then people discovered there's actually kind of a loophole in the World Economic Forum charter that said they have to honor it. So we'll have to see what happens. Somebody said they bought $10,000 worth of Chainlink right decision. I will tell you this. We're actually going to be doing a top coins of 2022 video next week. What's that?
I like that.
Yeah. We're going to be the first one to do it because we're first to do everything. You guys know. I can tell you Chainlink's going to be on that list. So I think that's I think it's great. For a multitude of reasons. We kind of talked about it a little bit before, but I think Chainlink is definitely one to watch for next year, actually.
Yeah,
So
actually, it is in a good spot right now, too.
What's that?
It's in a good spot. Yeah.
Yeah, I see nothing wrong with buying $10,000 worth of chain link for sure. Okay, so next we have this story. Here's Paraguay's new bill. Members of the Chamber and Deputies of Paraguay's Congress have created a bill to regulate Bitcoin and crypto in the nation. Notice the difference. This is to regulate. Bill seeks to establish an application authority consisting of 3 entries. Those who wish to mine crypto will require a virtual asset mining license. So there they are selling that. All mining operations would need to be approved. The bill set up monitoring and control mechanisms for transactions involving crypto virtual assets. Sounds really negative, but it kind of makes sense at the same time. The bill will recognize virtual asset mining as a new and innovative electro-intensive industry. Tokens give holders the ability to benefit from the investment project. Trading entities must inform the acquirer of the trading conditions, virtual assets, yada, yada, yada. Okay, last story here for, no, we're not there yet. You missed it. Last story here for China on the international front here is that the first digital yuan white paper is now out, confirming smart contract programmability. So that's big news, that they're actually looking at this digital yuan having smart contract capabilities. So we'll have to see what happens there. It seems like whenever we talk about Paraguay, we lose people. Maybe people hate Paraguay. I don't think people care that much, to be honest with you. I don't think people care that much about El Salvador accepting Bitcoin like everybody wants them to. So the numbers reflect that.
No, I think we're just a little long today. We got a little sidetracked.
Did we?
Yeah. That's all right. It was a great stream.
Yeah, my voice has been terrible. You'd think I would have tried to wrap it up earlier. I'm here for the people.
Let's talk some PayPal.
All right, so PayPal, they raised their limits to $100,000. They removed their annual limit, so that's fun. Let's see. It says they've recently raised the purchase limits. This is the 3rd time I think they've raised these limits to $100,000 per week. No annual purchase limit is a 5-fold increase from the previous limit of $20,000 and a substantial increase from the annual purchase limit of $50,000. Are they gearing up for the bear market to get, people pouring on in a lot of money during that time? Possibly. Minimum crypto purchase still $1. Supports Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash. Notice no capitalization here in those. Kind of interesting. These changes will enable their customers to have more choice and flexibility in purchasing crypto on the platform. So, yay for PayPal, but don't buy crypto on PayPal. If you watch this channel, you should be smarter than buying crypto on PayPal. You might as well be buying it on Robinhood. Is it a good thing for the space? Yes. Is it a good thing for crypto? Yeah, somewhat. It's attention. But you should not be buying crypto on PayPal. It's the same thing as buying it on Robinhood. You do not own it. You cannot withdraw it. A guy asked me last night, he said, what should I do? I've got all my money on Robinhood right now. Like, how do I get it off there? And I said, well, what you have to do is sell it for cash and take that cash and move over to Coinbase or move over to somewhere else, because there's no reason to own it there. He's like, well, yeah, but like, don't you think it's going to go up and it might be better? I said, no, now's the time to do it. Like, it would take you an hour. It won't take you that long to do it. So Joshua Unger with the $100 super chat.
I wonder if that's the guy that was at the meetup last
It's
night.
gotta be.
It's gotta be.
It's gotta be.
Because I talked to him about it.
Well, tell us, what are your thoughts on Door?
It's a interesting startup project, crypto project, looking to be in the real estate space to help with marketing and help protect user data, like real estate data. I mean, it's an interesting idea. That's what I'll say.
Yeah, I think we had some other real estate people that were there last night. I tried to push him over to the Door guy.
Yeah,
I tried to push him out the door.
I had a few conversations with some real estate people that were pretty interesting. The guys from Wisconsin were really cool. I did enjoy talking to them about some real estate stuff around colleges, kind of like we do.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. I could see it now, Ben drinking a cup of tea with his pinky out.
Well, if you were at the meetup, you would have seen that last night.
Oh, yeah, I was drinking. Yeah, my wife was forcing tea on me. No, it was water. She said no tea. She only did water and salt. So, all right, guys, that's all I got today. I should have closed earlier because my voice is gone. But as always, appreciate everybody for coming to the meetup. It was a fantastic time. And we'll be doing the next one in Nashville. I'll have more details on that. It'll probably be in 2 months, I think, somewhere around there. I don't know exactly, maybe next month. We'll do it there. It's going to be fun. You guys make sure if you're in that area to be looking out for those details. Have a great weekend. And just a warning, things could be volatile this weekend. We do have the grayscale unlock. I've made my opinion on it known. I don't think it's going to have a big effect, but it could. So I'm not doing any trading this weekend. I suggest you guys, if you don't know what you're doing, stay away from those markets because it could be very volatile. We're going to have a lack of volume for sure. Another attempt to push the prices down, I believe, is coming. It may not work, but we're going to have another attempt. Watch for those yellow X's on Market Cipher. That's all I got. Be blessed. Good boy out.